Even if you've never heard of it, chances are that at some point in your life, you've experienced the flow state. While there are many aspects to the Shaolin discipline, it simply wouldn't be the same without forms. You see, the forms aren't just to practice fighting techniques. They're also a method for cultivating presence, rhythm, and that meditative state that we now call flow.
Don't you see? These aren't dance moves. These statues are giving us a lesson.
Forms are a choreographed sequence of movements that simulate combat against imaginary opponents. Think of it like planned shadow boxing. They teach striking, blocking, kicking, footwork, joint manipulation, and weapon usage. But beyond technique, forms emphasize breath control, rhythm, spirit, and mind-body unity. There are hundreds of Shaolin forms, often tied to animal styles, weapons, or philosophical and martial principles. They've got a variety of training benefits too, including muscle memory and technical precision, conditioning for strength, flexibility, and endurance, mindfulness to develop awareness of the body in motion, and a way of transmission for the tradition and philosophy of the ancient martial art.
Kung Fu lives in everything we do, Xiao Zui. It lives in how we put on the jacket, how we take off the jacket. It lives in how we treat people.
Now let's take a look at the flow state. Psychologist this guy, coined the term flow to describe the state where someone is fully immersed in an activity, losing track of time and self-consciousness. Flow doesn't just happen though. Certain conditions usually need to be met. A balance between challenge and skill, clear goals and immediate feedback, complete focus and absorption, and a merging of action and awareness. Now, where the two meet is where things get really fascinating. Firstly, forms as a moving meditation. When practicing a form, the practitioner's attention is absorbed in the sequence, timing, and energy expression. If the form matches their skill level, demanding enough to push them, but not so hard as it overwhelms them, they can slip into flow. Secondly, rhythm and energy. Shaolin forms often alternate between explosive power and stillness. This dynamic rhythm entrains the nervous system, helping the practitioner enter a state of heightened awareness and timelessness. Thirdly, we've got the embodied philosophy. Flow isn't just mental. It's physical. In Shaolin, the forms become a ritualized dance where the mind and body unite. The self actually dissolves into the movement. And finally, we've got the combat relevance. Though forms are stylized, the flow state developed in practice translates to combat or sparring. In a fight, being in the zone allows responses to emerge without conscious thought. Technique becomes instinct. So think of it like this. The practitioner starts by drilling movements consciously, but over time, mastery lets the form practice them. The body moves, the mind dissolves, and what's left is pure flow.